Hey everyone, welcome to my channel 3ds. So today we are going to cover one more 3D model. We are going to practice one more 3D model today in Autodesk Fusion 360. So here you can see this is the 3D model that we are going to practice today. It's very simple model and this has been requested by one of my connection who is connected with me on LinkedIn. So if you are not connected with me on LinkedIn, you can just search my name, the channel name, and you will be able to connect with me. So okay, let's get started. We'll see how we can model this in Autodesk Fusion 360. So here you can see we got all the three different views with all the dimensions and the measurements, and also we got one isometric view of our 3D model. So we'll just open our Fusion 360. So here you can see this is the default screen of Fusion 360. Every time when you launch first Fusion 360, we'll get this screen. So here you can see I had already created a project folder with the for my YouTube tutorial videos. So first thing I will just open this project folder and I will save this file with a name. I will just write it a name of 6 and I will click on the save. Here you can see the location is correct. It's going inside this project folder YouTube 3ds. So I will just click on the save here. So here you can see the moment I had clicked, the file has been saved. And the next thing I always say that we have to make sure that the units are correct. So we'll go to document settings here and we'll check that units are selected as millimeter. And the third thing, we have to make sure that the design history is turned on. So these symbols here shows that the design history is turned on. So I think we are completely ready to get started to start 3D model to start our 3D model. So here you can see this is our sketch. So the first thing we have to make a cube of a particular size. So here you can see the size of the cube is 40 by 50 and the height is 40. So we are going to make a cube first. So we'll start with a sketch here. We'll click on the create a sketch here and we'll select the plane to create a sketch. Here you can see I had selected the plane and my sketch tools are active now. So I am going to use the center rectangle over here. I will just go to create option here, then go to rectangle, and here I will find my center rectangle tool from here. I will just create a center rectangle from here like this. I will just keep it at any random dimension because I am going to redimension it to make everything correct. So I will just dimension it as 40 and this side I will write it as a 50. Here you can see I will just cross check it with the dimensions. So the vertical is 40 and the horizontal is 50. Okay, so the vertical is 40. The vertical is 40. Sorry, vertical is 40. So I will just change it here. I will write vertical as 40 and horizontal as 50. Right. And I will click on the finish sketch from here. So here you can see I had created my rectangle over here. I had just rotated it a little bit to give it a 3D view using my orbit tool from here. And now I'm going to give it a 3D height using this extrude tool from here. So I will activate this tool and then I will select the profile and I will drag it towards the upward. And this dimension is 40 millimeters. So I will just write 40 and will press OK. Here you can see I had created a cube of 40 by 40 by 50, right, as per our these dimensions and measurements. So the next thing, we are going to create few sketches on the top. Here you can see this is the top view of the sketch and these are the sketches that we are going to create over the top of the 3D model. So we'll just click on the top face of our 3D model and we'll click on the create a sketch over here. So that face is now active to create sketches. So I will start creating sketches over here. So here you can see we got a one line connected from this point to this point and we got 3 more lines and a center line like this. So we'll create lines randomly first, then we'll dimension the things. So here you can see this is how we are creating. I will just connect it like this, then I will create few more line like this and from this corner to this corner like this. So this is almost all the sketches. So now we are going to dimension this. So here you can see this one is 20 and then 10 and 10. So we are going to put that dimension. This from this point to this point it is 10 millimeters, and from again this point to this point again it is 10 millimeter. So we'll just give it is height of 10, and from this point to this point it is 20 millimeter. So it is already 20, so we do not need to give it a dimension because since we had snapped this line from the midpoint of this sides, that's why it is 20 and 20 on both the sides since it's 40 completely. So here you can see this is what we got. Still we have to figure out some few more measurements. So I think we did something wrong here. One line is here and then other is crossing this line. So we'll change that. So here you can see we did something wrong. So I had deleted one line from the center of this sketch, and the next thing that we have to do is we have to correct that, right? So we have to extend this line towards up to this point, then we have to make another one more line. So I will just make another one more line like this, and then I will use the extend tool from here, and I will extend this line to connect to the other point. Here you can see. And now I have to trim down this extra point, or else what I can do, I can just drag it and snap it to the point. So if it is not dragging, no problem, we can just trim down the extra line like this. Here you can see. So we had trimmed down the extra line, and the next thing is that we had this measurement 10 millimeters. So I will just dimension this as 10. Here you can see, and this line is here you can see it's completely free to move. So we'll apply the constraint here to make it horizontal. So we'll select the line, we'll apply this constraint here, horizontal vertical constraint, and it is horizontal now. And here you can see we are able to move this, still we are able to move this line, because these measurements we also have to provide here. So from the sketch itself, here we can see we don't have that measurement, but still we can give it a 10 millimeter of dimension here. By the views we can just approximate that dimension. So we'll just come over to our sketch and we'll write 10 millimeter here also as well. So we'll just write 10 millimeter from this point to this point like this. Here you can see. And we need this line and this line parallel. So I will apply the parallel constraint. I will activate my parallel constraint and will select both the line, and they will become parallel. So here you can see we are now finished with the sketch here. Now we can click on the finish sketch over here, and we'll orbit it a little bit using the orbit tool. So here you can see we had just rotated to see a 3D view, a little bit of 3D view. So we'll able to figure out that what are the things we have to do next. So here you can see the next thing is that we have to start extruding with extrude cuts from this cube. So here you can see the first depth cut that we have to use is, if I zoom in on to the image, here you can see the first depth cut we need is from the top it is 30, then 20, then 10 like this. So we have to go it like this. So for the first step is cut up to by 30 millimeters. So we'll just activate our extrude tool, we'll select that profile and we'll drag it towards down by 30 millimeter. So we'll just write -30, and here you can see we are done. So since we are done with the sketches, so again we have to turn on the sketches to see the view, to see the profiles. And the next thing that we have to make a cut of 20 millimeters. So this step is 20 millimeter down from the top. So that we are going to cut now. So we'll just activate the extrude tool again, we'll select the profile, we'll go down by 20 millimeters. So we'll just write -20 like this. And the next step is that we have to make another more cut, this profile and this profile by 10 millimeters. So we'll just come over here and we'll select the profile, we'll activate the extrude tool, we'll select both the profiles and we'll write -10 like this. Here you can see, and here it is. And once we turn off the sketch, so this is our 3D model that we had created using following that sketch. And I think we are done, we had completed the model. So here you can see it will look something like this. If I see it from the top, it must look like the top view of our sketch. So I will just rotate it like this, and I will try to see if it is looking like this. Here you can see this is our top, and this is the thing. So we are correct now. If we see it from the front view, so let's see how it looks like. So we'll just rotate it a little bit, so it will look like this. So it is also matching this view. And if we see it from the top side view, it must look like this. So here you can see it is looking like this, like this. So I think we are done with the 3D model. So this is how you can also create, you can practice this 3D model. It is very simple 3D model. And if you are not following my other videos, just go and watch, because they are very simple. I always try to make very simple models and try to teach you in a very normal manner, so you will get the process that how we are doing this 3D model. So just go and follow that video. And also don't forget to like and subscribe my channel, because that is also important for us. Thank you guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.